do what I want, it's what it is. For my son and son, for my daughters, yeah, it's for my twin. I work through the night, I do what I like, get a check, I go for the ride. I've been down the ride for the win. Still move on the hush, never run for none. I face my fears, I just drop a nine. Month to month, still from year to year. New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. Get some checks, I invest, and I spend a check. Spend a check, get it back, then I take a rest. Only race is the human, I take care of my skin. I was doing this as a rookie, now I'm up to vet. Set the trend, set the pace of play. I don't trip, but if I fall, bet I make a way. I take trips in the fall, watch the leaves change. I like to treat every day like it's my B-day. New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. New watch, no diamonds, no watch, good timing, yeah. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich, I'm sporty and rich. Do it again, again, again. Do it again, again, again. Do it again, again, again. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. You and me, we got something special, baby. You and me, you and me. I can think this was never meant to happen. You and me, you and me. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. You and me, we got something special, baby. You and me, you and me. I can think this was never meant to happen. You and me, you and me. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby. I can't help it. I can't help it, baby. I can't help it. Don't wanna waste time. I'll never be this young. I'll never be this young again. Don't wanna chase highs when I'm too worn out. When I'm too worn out. So I'm never coming down. Never coming down. Never coming down again. I was born to be this high, born to be this high, born to be this high, my friend. Won't you come up here to my altitude, to my altitude? Yeah, you. 'Cause I always liked you. I wanna share this view. I wanna share this view with you. We're never coming down, never coming down, never coming down again. We were born to be this high, born to be this high, born to be.
Okay, coming up, about to start 10 seconds to Derby. We have the Banshees from Southsea up against the NeWs from Nerd Roller Derby and Westside Roller Derby. I am Judy Bench and I am joined with
Evil Offspring.
and we will be commentating through this game for you. Now, because we are so close to the start of this game, we'll run through the rosters later. apologies for being so late to start talking. Yeah, Evil Offspring, first time commentating.
Yeah.
They are lovely people. Give lots of good feedback for Evil Offspring in the YouTube chat. Build their confidence. I like having newbies doing commentary. So we've just had the rolling whistle. We're about to get things underway. And it looks like we have lining up right now, Fleabag in the blue for the Banshees and Dolly in the white for NeWs. Fleabag with a quick lead there, taking the outside line, stepping on through. Dolly being hit out at the front there by Chaos, the pivot for South Sea. Dolly now out on their initial pass. Fleabag already scoring. Call off happening there from Fleabag. Unfortunately, not before Dolly picked up some points. So good start for both teams. That was an 8-3 jam there. Oh, official review already. Okay.
It's an early one.
I am going to go mute this and go in and have a quick look and see what's going on. If you want to go through the rosters, please do.
Well, we've got the official review happening. We'll just run through our roster. So for South Sea, we have 01 Westy, 117 Faster Chief, 2 Harm, 212 Dilemma, 24 Chaos, 3660 Mary Extreme, 404 Fleabag, 45 One Hit Wonder, 55 Ponyboy, 77 Calamity Pain, 82 Slam, 83 Vicious Citrus. And for Northeast Roller Derby, Westside Roller Derby, NeWs, we have 00 Invader Zoom, 09 Tenacious G, 174 Nuclear Force Out, 20 Kitty Kaboom, 3 Nels Bells, 33 Not Your Darling, 433 Temper Tantrum, 44 Dr. Crusher, 442 Mossy Rocks, 45 Jackrabbit, 470 Bleeder of the Pack, 501 Darthy Vader, 77 Vivian Oblivion, 81 Detention, 96 Raw Power, and 818 Dolly. Just a shout out to some of our officials out there. We have Killer Curls, Toots, Frankenherder, Disaster Chief, Rexy Whistledown, Rumor, Buster Hammy, Ginger Snap, Sophiopath, Muggles, Gary, Slender Jam, Zarantula, Sophia Kate, Knickerbocker, Zap, Misdemeanor, and Maureen. Judy's out there trying to get the tea of what's going on with this official review. And just heading back, so we'll get the goss and see what's going on.
Okay, that was actually a very, very interesting. Got a little bit of feedback here. Very, very interesting official review. It was in relation to when the jam started. The jammer Dolly for NeWs actually did not have numbers on their arms, which technically speaking is a uniform violation. In this issue, it has been treated as an officiating error. And so the Banshees will retain their official review and no penalty would be set by the jammer record. no, Dr. Crusher, I hope you were feeling better soon. Always sucks being sick on that Derby weekend. Please, please get well soon. Okay, lining up now. What's that out there? We have Faster Chief for South Sea. And I cannot quite make out who the Westside skater is. Lofty Ross. Awesome.
Faster Chief is out.
Awesome. Yep, Mossy Rock's not too far behind.
All lost by Faster Chief.
I do love that setup that NeWs just had there with leader of the pack running through the pack with Mossy Rocks holding on in that old school truck and trailer kind of move. That was beautiful. Dolly is now lining up with numbers on their arms. Up against Fleabag again.
Fleabag's out for lead. Dolly not far behind.
Quick call off there, 4 points picked up for the Banshees, taking the score to 21. NeWs on 3. Oh no, score correction, that was only 2 points picked up. So 19 for the Banshees. Vicious Citrus up against, where is he? It's Nels Bells.
It's good when you can recognise the skaters.
Height plus helmet.
And skates.
As soon as you see that dark visor, it's like, yep.
Robocop's in the house.
Oh yeah, totally. And Nels is a very, very serious skater at times, so it really fits that whole vibe. Yeah, as a junior coming up through and now playing in the adults, you can understand why it's like a bit serious at times, but also realizing that it's derby, it's fun.
It is.
We have Faster Chief up against Mossy Rocks. Chief with the lead. Mossy Rocks being delayed a little bit by Slad and now with the hit out.
Mossy Rock's getting run back a few times.
It's always very soul crushing when this occurs. Oh, Chief at the front, remaining on like inside the line, while spinning around. Fancy footwork. Mossy Rocks now out on their initial.
Pulled off by Faster Chief before Mossy could get round to scoring 4 points. Must have a change in a couple of the officials too, because I can see Lucky out there on skates as well.
We're just using Lucky as much as possible before she moves to Canada.
That'd be nice.
Big move. But then again, as we're coming into winter and they're going into summer, why not?
I'd get the weather might be better there.
We've got the matchup again of Fleabag up against Dolly. It was a knockout drawback on Fleabag, which has allowed Dolly to get through 4 lead. And Fleabag not far behind. Penalty there at the last moment just before calling it off. And that was a fire penalty being awarded to Dolly, leaving Fleabag on a power jam.
So there's no lead jammer, so the jam will go for the full 2 minutes.
Final person to being Jack Rabbit. Jack Rabbit picking up a penalty there. Oh, the positioning there by Chaos has caused another penalty on Dolly. So this is still a power jam. So Chaos was actually positioned further back than what Dolly had realised. Dolly has stepped in, re-entering gameplay after returning from the penalty box and gained advantage of not having passed Chaos. So that's gone and sat down again. This time round, Dolly re-entered fully legally. The end of the 2 minutes, that was a 20-point jam to Fleabag, taking the score 49-7.
Just goes to show how much a power jam can boost your points.
Well, a double power jam especially. So timeout was called by NeWs. And that's allowing the Zebras to have a bit of a huddle.
Is that a herd of zebras?
It's actually a dazzle.
Oh, a dazzle of zebras.
Dazzle of zebras. And I mean, when you see the shiny gold helmets out there and everything, you can definitely say it is a dazzle.
Zap's helmet's dazzling in this.
DJ Jen on the music for us in the background during this timeout. Rolling whistle has occurred, so things should be getting underway shortly. And we are having a new jammer lining up for South Sea. This is going to actually be really annoying for them. Pretty boy for South Sea up against Nels Bells. So Pretty boy generally does not like jamming and gets made to do it semi-frequently, especially if I am their bench coach. I like making them suffer. So having them out there as a jammer somewhat willingly is always amusing to me.
Oh, apex stuff there. All off by hands.
I will say that was really great awareness by Nels on that landing, realizing that they had missed it and was off track, and then having that awareness to call it off.
Call it off, yeah.
So now we have Mossy Rocks lining up against Vicious Citrus.
Both packs starting up near the pivot line and one starting to move back.
The lead being awarded to Mossy Rocks.
Mrs. Citrus is still pushing on the wall.
Yeah.
Last one and through.
I will say the fact that it was Invader Scrim and Nuclear Force out being the last two does not surprise me. Those two are very, very tough to get around. Invader Zoom, having been in Derby for a very, very long time.
First game playing back.
I believe their first game back after several years off, but they were around for quite a while earlier on in the Derby history of Victoria.
I've had them as a benching
Yeah.
with ModCon games and also with Hangout at Ballarat. So
Exactly. And, having that Derby brain, Derby knowledge kind of thing is always good as a mod skater.
yeah,
Faster Chief picking up lead, and that is Jack Rabbit for NeWs with the star on as well. I do believe we have a blocker apiece in the penalty box, and a star pass has occurred. So our jammer now is Not Your Darling for NeWs. Leader of the pack coming back on for NeWs from the penalty box. And a bit of jammer speeding past the other happening there with Fan Chief. I will say for Not Your Darling, keeping pace with Faster Chief is no easy thing. So very well done with that pass there.
word faster comes into play for a reason.
Exactly. That was actually a really good jam for NeWs. It was at 12-6, and we actually have a Peloton up there on the number. It's 61-16.
Fleabag out as the lead jump. Bells out. Pulled off by Fleabag. You can see another one of my bench coaches from ModCon out there in Bonnie.
I think a number of skaters out there complaining that Bonnie was one of their non-cons Banshees.
Very busy.
Nice quick calls there, very aware of what was going on track. That was 3 points to 0. NeWs now on 19. I did actually notice that there was a little bit of a shirt whip on the southeast side. Fisher Citrus holding on to Arma Miranda's shirt to get that last little burst of speed. Jack Rabbit up against Faster Chief.
All skaters in a one big wall here.
Very scrum-like. A little bit of attempting to step over people on the inside line did not work. Had to reset. The Faster Chief now picking up lead. Jack Rabbit very quick to put the star in hand and get past on their initial.
Another quick call off.
And I do like that last little movement forward by Nuclear Force out, protecting their point. So it was only a 3-point jam in the end there for the Banshees. We have Fleabag, we have Nels Bells. Fleabag out for the lead, but Nels is right in their tail.
And hold on.
In that instance, that's no, like, the fact that they were able to keep pace. It's not worth the risk. So that was a very smart call off. Fisher Citrus, Mossy Rocks. Once again, we've got that Invader Zoom and Clear Force out pairing at the end as the last two blockers. Fisher Citrus was successful against them this time round. Moss Rocks taking a bit of a week there, running straight into the pivot chaos and hitting the floor. I will say that is actually a common occurrence of training.
Hitting chaos and going to the floor.
Exactly. It is a common occurrence of training. She actually cracks up laughing, especially if she falls at the same time. She's in hysterics.
I have seen them take some heavy fall. But they get right back up again. Ready to go for the next one.
Very much Chumbawamba vibes. I get knocked down, but I get up again. I should not sing. We might get a DMCA on stream. I don't want YouTube to be angry at me. I know my voice is that beautiful. Yes, that is sarcasm. Little bit slower to start this jam. She's picking up lead. Jolly finding a slight gap in one of the lanes to get on past Slab. Oh. Safety is sexy. That knee slide to avoid running into anyone right at the end of the jam. 4 points to Dolly for start. And that actually ended up as a 0-0 jam because when I got called off, Chief had not been on track to pass any of the skaters. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Getting some love in the chat about my singing voice. Okay. We're just gonna take a quick moment. I'm gonna put some music on.
I'll never be this young. I'll never be this young.
Okay, we currently have people getting back into position, so things should get underway shortly. I will just say the indicator has gotten up, so hopefully all is well there. They are getting checked out, but that's as far as we are aware at this stage.
The score at the moment sitting at Banshees on 70, NeWs on 19.
And for those of you who are in-house, the raffle will be drawn at half-time today, so half-time and this game. So if you haven't yet, please go buy a ticket. And we're underway again. Mossy Rocks and Fleabag. Our jammers out there. Fleabag picking up lead very, very quickly. Mossy Rocks now out on their initial.
Oh, Fleabag backwards skating through that. Got all the points.
That was a little bit show-offy, Fleabag. Saying that as a friend. Yeah, show-offy. Love it.
It's nice to watch. Some of the skills, the artistic skills that the skaters have.
Oh,
There's some ballerinas, there's some gymnasts, and all sorts of things out there.
one of the jammers for NeWs that played yesterday has an artistic skating background, and you can tell in the way that they skate. It is beautiful.
TRB has a jammer Pings as a
Yeah,
ballerina as well. So
you can kind of see it, and you're just like, the way he skates way too classy for us. Dolly picking up lead there. Citrus being
taking the hat off here.
yeah, citrus being recycled there. Ah, okay. That was a
Power jam. Yeah.
a cut ball. Was a little bit delayed, so a couple of questioning looks, but all rectified in the end in reasonable time. Dolly on the power jam. Oh, a blocker is picking up some penalties there. We didn't catch it on the camera, but Dolly was giving some hand signals there, directing how she wanted the offense to play. And now Dolly's going off for a penalty, which is leaving Citrus on a power jam.
So it'll be a power jam start for the Banshees.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was Chief was next in the rotation or if they're doing the tactical maneuver here of putting Chief out, but not the worst choice to make in terms of taking a power jam, considering how quickly they can get out.
There's only 3 blockers to beat too.
Oh,
But
I mean, Invader Zoom is actually standing, so oh, okay.
less than 10 seconds and they'll get.
And
Oh.
there's a little bit of conversation going on in the penalty box. So if it is what I am assuming it is, Zoom will actually be sitting back down. So just reading the so reading the hand signals and actually having noticed it earlier, Zoom is having an additional penalty being served because they actually incorrectly left the track. And we technically, what is that? That was a Oh, official review. I am leaving you on your own again. I'm going to go in and listen.
No worries. Just taking the opportunity to do a bit of track maintenance. You can see Judy out there listening in to see what's going on with the official review. Couple of the skaters out there trying to get their benchy dizzy by the looks of it. Just trying to fill in some time, have a bit of fun while they're waiting for the official review. We'll come back in, so it looks like we're going to have a result soon. The review's been completed. Judy's on her way back. Looks like Bonnie's got the thumbs up there, so it looks like Bonnie might have won that official review. So they've retained the review, did they?
And they have indeed. So you know how I was explaining just before about Invader Zoom
Doing the double.
having not left the track correctly? So that official review was actually in relation to the way that the jammer had exited the track to serve a penalty. Again, taking too long on track before getting off over 20 feet instead of the 10 feet that they have the window of allowance for. And so they are serving a penalty for that.
So the jammer will sit too as well.
Well, the jammer is now serving that
Oh,
penalty
they've
off.
just gone in. Okay, yep.
And that's why Southsea has retained their official review. It's one of those really interesting technicality side of things. And it's also one of those ones where it's like, do you actually call it or not? But at the same time, when it's the jammer and it can start you on a power jam, it is a very tactical maneuver to do. So,
All right, I've got the rolling whistle.
Gary, as head ref, having explained the situation to Dolly.
So the power jam start for the Banshees with Faster Chief.
Yes,
Jammer. And only 3 blockers. Pushing through. And Faster Chief's out. Banshees standing back and waiting. And Faster Chief's through again. Zoom's sat there 2 penalties and is ready to come back on.
Exactly.
Standing in the box. Come back on and they're holding Zoom as a goat. Zoom has been held by
by all four blockers.
Not a hope.
It's one of those situations where you're like, I know why they picked me, but at the same time, the fact that all 4 are having to hold me, Oh yeah, I'm that biggest threat. Dolly has now returned to track, being super cautious with making sure that
Dolly's
no
out
one,
quickly.
yeah, being very super cautious with how they were entering. Vivian as a last blocker on she pulling it off. So that appears to be at least 8th place, but I do believe there's a little bit of discussion happening to make sure that the correct amount of people
Points
are.
supported.
Yeah. So an additional 3 there, making an 11-point jam for Fast Achieve. We do have just over 6 minutes remaining in this half. Fleabag is out there, and I believe going by the shorts, we have Jack Rabbit.
Pretty good shorts, those ones.
I like jammers who have something
Distinctive?
remarkable as their fashion sense, because it makes it so much easier as a commentator to go, that is who that person is.
You want to look out for Dragonflyer, TRV's new recruit there.
Fleabag as lead.
Now, a lot of these skaters will be heading off to GGSS.
Exactly. So this is really good preparation for both teams, actually. I can't remember if it is News going, but I do believe Westside is going.
Yeah.
So News being Nerd and Westside. So yeah, for a couple of the Westside players, this would be a really good challenge for them out there. Do have Jack Rabbit now on their initial start, going back on their helmet.
Call off by Banshees.
So there was a little bit of a late call there, which actually worked in favour of News. Allowed
There was 2 in the bin, isn't there?
it allowed their pivot to exit and get back, so they can field a pivot for this jam.
Yeah, I think the call off was
Just too late.
sometimes on track it's hard to hear your benches though when you're
Yeah.
like
Nossi picking up lead there very quickly. Citrus not far behind. Oh, beautifully done there by Mossy Rocks, just weaving their way through the blockers, picking up all 4 points, calling it off, and ensuring that Southsea did not score on that pass. We are now at just over 3 minutes 30 remaining. Banshees are 105, News 35. And a little bit of track maintenance happening.
okay, we've got pivot helmet coming off cover. Oh, the
We do have a slender pack out there in terms of there was at the start 3 blockers in the penalty box. We are down to 1 remaining in the penalty box, which is nice.
no pivot. Use not have a pivot.
You don't need to field a pivot. If your jammer is confident, like, let's face it, it's Dolly. Dolly generally does not do star passes. It doesn't matter if you don't have a pivot. It's just more beneficial if you do. It gives you a couple more options. Fleabag picking up lead, Jack Rabbit out on their initial.
direction call on one of the news skaters.
That's Vivian Oblivion, and leader of the pack is also in the penalty box for News. So we have points being picked up by
Fleabag taking for two skate.
a lovely little backwards calling off side of things. As I said earlier, show off for me.
That's leaving News with two in the bin.
Yeah. I do pick on Flea a little bit, but that's just because I am in awe of her skill at times. So
There's a lot of skills to be in awe of out there.
Oh.
Now.
I'm also in awe of Dolly's skills. Having watched Dolly for so many years, the fact that she's out there jamming at the moment, like regularly at the moment, not necessarily it's jam. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Those two blockers are doing well to hold Citrus safe.
But did you notice which two blockers it is? It's
Yeah.
Zoom and Nuclear Force out again. If you're going to put only two blockers out on track, that was a good choice.
Worked well for them. They managed to hold back lead.
However, Zoom has just picked up a penalty.
Oh, I was just about to say the bin was clear.
Oh, no, that is a commentator curse.
Don't say that one.
Generally speaking, don't say that. And the penalty box manager will be very, very angry with me saying this. But if you actually say, oh, it's been very quiet penalty-wise,
all of a sudden they all start happening.
There is a rotation of penalties being picked up. So, yeah.
See, Buster?
Yeah, but Buster, if
Penalty box manager.
Buster knew I'm saying that, I will be in a lot of trouble. It is now half time. How quick did that go?
Very.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just have the rolling whistle to officially start the halftime. For those of you here in venue, I believe Sparks is getting ready to do the raffle call, and we will be back in about 20 or so minutes. Okay, we are just under 2 minutes before our time is over. So while we've got the moment, I'm just going to go through the penalties. For the moment, South Sea, relatively clean, no one in any serious penalty issues. And that looks like it's mostly directions, couple of forearms, couple of pack, nothing too stressful. Over on the news side, a little bit more penalty trouble. Again, no one in super serious trouble, but a couple of skaters on 4 apiece. A little bit more variety there, a couple of packs, a couple of directionals, also a couple of multiplayers. So a little bit more happening there, but again, this is a team that doesn't normally skate together all the time. So, they're still filling each other out in terms of how to mesh as a team. So, they are doing phenomenally out there. We are about 40 seconds away from restarting, so some of the officials are making their way back into position. Different packs are getting ready to go out. Banshees going in 121 to NeWs 47. That lovely loud noise was the NeWs just as part of their chant. NeWs will be starting with a blocker in the penalty box, so they are sending Dolly out as their jammer. Fleabag is going out for the Banshees, and all 4 blockers are out there for the Banshees. That the dazzle of refs have just broken up their little huddle. The 5 seconds has been called, so things are about to get underway. Dolly definitely making the Banshees work to hold them back. Fleabag getting out for lead.
Dolly's got through the pack. Fleabag through for another scoring pass. For their first scoring pass.
And that was a 4-0 jam there, getting pulled off before Dolly could hit the pack. This is Vicious Citrus up against Jack Rabbit. So I mentioned before, it's easy to identify Jack Rabbit. Flame pants, flame shorts is very much a staple of their outfit. So it does make it 100% easier to pick these. Citrus would lead.
Jack Rabbit's taken his star off and passed with his star pass.
Chaos did have eyes on that star pass, so it's able to put off the pivot term jammer out and across the back.
Not Your Darling, he's a new jammer.
We did see earlier that Not Your Darling does have a little bit of speed going around as a jammer. So, yeah, I can see now why they are being used as a pivot. Always good to have a speedy jammer type take the start. Rossi Rocks and Fast Achieve are now lining up.
Boston Chiefs through. Aussie Rock's been recycled. It's taken the star off, looking for the star pass. No, it hasn't star pass. They've gone through themselves. Star back on their head.
Sometimes you just need to make it look like you're going to start pass.
Bit of a distraction.
Exactly. Star status is a valid tactic.
This makes those blockers not sure who they've got to try and block and try
Exactly.
and get two people
It-
rather than the one.
it's very much, let's split their attention and maybe that will open up a lane for me.
Some of these jammers don't need much of a lane either to get through, do they? They're very good at ironing the opening.
Sometimes it is definitely not good enough to take them to the line. You actually have to take them over because anything else is too much space.
Oh, Chaos trying to take out Dolly there. Oh,
Okay, so some penalties have been called. There's been some confusion with whistles.
there's a lot of whistles.
Yeah.
I saw Fleabag then though do a apex jump and land backwards and make it look easy.
Well, they actually did not stick the landing, so they had to reset themselves. But yes. We are currently in an official timeout. I think there's just some discussion happening, making sure that everything is okay. And usually that is an indicator that one of the refs has seen something and a late penalty might be given. So I don't know if there was feedback dropped in or they just wanted to double check or whatever, but we do have Gary talking to Bonnie. No one has gone to the penalty box, so
Rolling
I think it was just double checking something with Bonnie as well. Oh, now we have another official timeout. That was, I believe, this
On the scoreboard?
Yeah. I do know there have been some issues with the scoreboard today.
Fortunately, I didn't have any yesterday.
No, it tends to be the. Sorry, I just got distracted. Harm was asking, "Where is the music? I want to dance while we're having this break." So we've got Harm, we've got Dill. Who else is out there dancing? That is Rob Power for NeWs dancing with him.
The one thing about Derby, we love a intermission dance, don't we?
Oh, you've got to keep yourself warm somehow. Yep, things are about to get underway again.
Everything goes from fun to serious.
Oh yeah. Derby is serious business, said no one ever.
Let's have 5 seconds whistle goes.
Chief has picked up lead.
Jack Rabbit's pushing on the ball. Looking for a pass again, but keep pushing. Jack Rabbit's got through. Pass to Chief coming back through again with their scoring pass and calling it off.
And again, someone else skating backwards through the pack. This is where I am very jealous of people's skills.
Well, Musty Rocks and Fleabag nearly out at exactly the same time.
A little bit of jammer on jammer action there. Fleabag just
Always a bit of fun.
been trying to slow down Aussie Rocks, having a bit of here too.
And the best jammer on jammer action I saw today was in the TRV game where we only had 2 blockers on track. So the jammer joined the tripod and blocked the other jammer, and then nearly got lead.
I love a bit of fifth blocker action.
Yeah, from the jammers.
Yeah.
It's always good to watch, isn't it?
It's sometimes it's just that thing where it's so unexpected, it works, and it's like, oh.
It's ingenious when it pulls it off and it comes out, whatever how you wanted it to. A direction call.
Very clear comes with that penalty from Knickerbocker.
A bit of forearms call though, it didn't be too.
That was given to Pony Boy. So 1 blocker apiece in the penalty box. Dolly is out on their initial.
Faster Chief calling it off before Dolly could get any points.
I think that was very much let's just start a blocker down a piece instead of having a full blocker contingency against a shorter blocker contingency.
NeWs will be blockers standing or the pivot standing in the bin, so that they won't be long before they get back on the track.
Yeah. Citrus up against Jack Rabbit from the looks of things.
Maybe enough time to help the jammer through. Jammer's out. Jack Rabbit's out as lead.
Entering back into the pack and meeting the hip of K, having to reset themselves. But not allowing that to stop them from scoring, picking up all 4 points. One hit wonder with the hit out that time. Yeah, not sure what happened there. It almost looked like Jack Rabbit tripped on their own feet.
I did like the way that they were directing them in towards the blockers, so they were getting pushed that direction where they weren't going to be able to get out.
You sometimes see jammers doing that as well. If like they're stuck in a pack, they like go, okay, I'll be the 5th blocker and I'm going to funnel them into my players, and maybe they'll open up a line.
The jammer brain. I would love to have a jammer brain sometimes.
So we've got 4 blockers to 3. Tenacious G is currently in the on score news. Flea picking up lead there. And Maple Slam has also been a penalty. That was a direction for as they were trying to play a little bit of offense for Fleabag. Eight-point jam there. 155 to 60 in favour of the Banshees. Under 20 minutes remaining. It was actually a 12-point jam. 12 points up after I said so. It does happen a lot. So, as an equal opportunity fangirl, Dolly's exit to pick up lead backwards, amazing, absolutely incredible. Oh,
Oh, and again, and again.
I kind of feel like Dolly's just doing it because I've been an equal opportunity fangirl. And this is why I said in the first half, I love the fact that Dolly is jamming. Because I know things like that's going to happen for me. The more envious I am of your skills skating, the more I thank you.
There's a lot to be in awe of.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That looks like we have another official timeout. Not quite sure what's going on here. Lots of conversations happening in various groups. Oh, this conversation is happening out there. I'm just going to put some music on for the live stream. And things getting back underway. Of course, that happens as soon as DJ Jen gets underway with the songs.
Fleabag straight out of speed. Jack Rabbit pushing on the wall. Stuff. Jack Rabbit threw on their initial.
I'm not sure if the camera had picked up Miranda's face when Jack Rabbit got past Pony Boy. He was very much like, how could you? I feel betrayed. Nuclear force out with a very long drawback there, making a Fleabag go at least 20 feet back to re-enter.
Fleabag through for another 4 points.
Both jammers are scoring. Jack Rabbit has put up 4 points. So a 16-4 jam there.
Banshees 175 to use 68.
Do make things interesting. Say it's an empty penalty box. Let's see if the commentator said will happen. Look at that straight away.
One hit wonder's not going to like you now.
I used to bench them, so I'll deal.
Oh,
Massive hit there.
straight into chaos.
Calamity made another penalty there for Banshees.
Those jammers are scoring points.
Aussie Rocks having a little bit of a half-hearted,
Oh.
I'll try and hit faster chief, but we'll just see what happens kind of thing.
I don't think Faster Chief noticed.
Oh, they were prepared for it. Chief with the call off.
Just strong jammer.
Oh, yeah. Very skilled jammer. Timeout going to news. That was a 15-8 jam. Aussie Rocks putting up some points there. So it's 190 to 76. Yeah. I do believe you went through the officials earlier. Is that correct?
I did, but I can see there's a few officials out there that aren't on this list.
Who have you picked up that wasn't on the list?
I think Frank's out there.
I'm not
Not sure what they're doing.
They might be an alt just in case, or being there as just supervising.
And
kind of thing.
Lucky's out there that wasn't on the list.
Okay.
I think it was just Frank I was looking at because they're sitting there with the iPad. So I was wondering if they were doing the PLT. I think they are.
I think they are, yeah. I couldn't see the iPad earlier, so yeah. I mean, it has been 2 big days of Derby, so
Very big.
you know, few switch arounds generally are needed towards the end of the weekend. Things getting underway again.
There's a little hour going down, but getting straight back up into it.
Dolly picking up lead. Lead bags with the backwards skating to get on there initially.
Dolly just threw the pack and backwards skating out, calling it off.
We do actually need a little bit of track maintenance out there. Just not sure if
Just on
anyone,
this corner.
yeah, no one seems to have noticed it. I'll give him a chance, and then if need be, I'll draw attention to it. Okay, I'll let him know in the next lineup period.
It's a fancy hat that our track maintenance and jacket that the track maintenance is wearing.
Jack Rabbit picking up lead as well. Up against Vicious Citrus.
Nice bridging.
I believe that was Not Your Darling as the last blocker. I do appreciate their leggings as well. The lovely little rainbow heavily tied.
Little bubbles down the side or something. Judy has just gone out to show them the track maintenance we needed, which is now being repaired. Oops.
Oh,
It's a bit-
where is it, man? Where is it? Where is it? Go get it. Go get it. And another official timeout.
Zoom's doing the wavy arms out there. And the
That is very much a Chico bench kind of thing.
Yeah.
Chico rollers, when they need to bring back their centre of attention, very much a dilemma joining in. I think they're talking about who's doing it better.
Five-second call, so everyone's all serious again.
Mhm.
Faster Chief just skating through there.
Okay, left the lane wide open. I'm just gonna walk on through.
Raw power off to the bin for a direction penalty. As the pivot for the Banshees comes out.
That's Maple Slam.
And Zoom's just also been released from the bin.
Bonnie noticed timing had been off and was like, ah. But yeah, just in regards to all being fun and games up until the 5 seconds, because a lot of these players have been in Victorian Derby for quite a while, they're all really good friends with one another when not playing against one another. So there's a lot of catching up happening and everything between jams and lots of conversation, picking on each other and with intentions and everything. Chaos being given a penalty there. I believe that was a high block or a block. And being joined by Westy penalty kicks for the Banshees. Oh, that was a beautiful little Sydney.
Oh, Dolly not to be outdone though.
Exactly. If I'm going to be envious of the skating skills in a jam, let it be this one.
Dolly through on the outside. So,
All blockers return to track. Both jammers being recycled. Happy to reset themselves. Viv with some gorgeous offense for Dolly. Both jammers pretty close to one another there.
Dolly calling that off.
I do believe there might be a discussion whether or not that was fully legal or not. Just noticing Knickerbocker coming in. That's the OPRs having eyes on things and being able to have that conversation. Just double check. And that is, Arnhem Castle
Official
do
timeout.
have the OPRs, the outside pack refs, because they do have a different view of the track to what the inside crew do. So it always helps to be able to have that conversation of, I noticed this, did you notice that? What's going on here kind of thing.
The refs are very important in a game of derby.
All the officials are very important.
There is more officials and refs,
So
NSOs than what there is players.
they can be, but it's very much a case of there is redundancies within every role. So if something was to happen and someone didn't have eyes on it, there's someone else who will have eyes on it from a different point of view. The non-skating officials take such a load off the skating officials by doing all the paperwork and keeping track of all the numbers and all that kind of thing, which is highly, highly valuable, but often don't get seen as much because they don't wear stripes. So I have a lot of love for all the NSOs. They do incredible work.
It takes a lot to pull the whole game together.
Exactly.
Like it,
And then
all volunteers.
exactly. And then having all the refs out there, all with their own levels of experience within the derby world, and being able to go, you know what,
Bounce off.
this occurred, that occurred. It's phenomenal to watch. So we do have Chief with lead. Jack Rabbit, I do believe, has star in hand. Jack Rabbit trying a little bit backward skating themselves, so I'm going to add them to the list of free to fangirl over.
Zoom trying to take out Faster Chief there with his butt to the line.
Okay, it looks like we have had a start hard, so Nuclear Force Out is now our Jack Rabbit record.
Faster Chief being run back by Jack Rabbit. Looking at their bench to see what they're after, the call off. Fleabag out quickly. Aussie Rock's also out on initial. What was that? Oh. Fleabag just backwards skated right past all four blockers.
And I'm not going to complain.
Right in front of the comms box. It was amazing watch.
I'm going to say this because I know Fleabag will watch this back and laugh at me. Damn, Fleabag. Show off. I say that with love. Oh. Mossy through almost untouched.
Called off by Fleabag before they could get there.
Track maintenance already underway. Just noticed Jen putting up some additional stats on screen. And that is the key lead score by Jam. So just how this lead has kind of progressed. Dolly getting lead over Faster Chief.
Faster Chief going faster and getting through before Dolly.
Delonda is the final blocker for Dolly to get around.
And calling it off before Faster Chief could come back in for more scoring points.
That made it a 4-4 Jam. Score now 241 to 117 in favour of Banshees. Just under 5 minutes remaining. It is a team timeout, so let's have some jam music. Okay, we've had the rolling whistle for the end of timeout. Everyone's getting back into position.
But the Geelong roller derby and Ballarat roller derby all geared up, ready to come out for their warm-up once this game is finished. So they'll be playing next. So make sure you stick around and watch that one.
That should be starting around 5 o'clock, depending on how many stoppages are going to happen in the last 5 minutes. Official timeout has been called. I'm not quite sure why, but
Because Slender wanted to dance, I think.
I think Slender needed a dance break. Even if it is just the head nods. Looks like there is a bit of discussion going on in regards to penalty counts over in the penalty box. Frank and Curls just making sure numbers match up with the penalty box crew. Rolling whistle has occurred. I believe it is Mossy Rocks picking up lead for NeWs. That was 2 points to Mossy Rocks, 0 points to Fleabag, but having forced the call off for all 4 points could be picked up.
The Vicious Citrus and Jackrabbit. Citrus just through, got past Zoom as the last defender.
Picking up lead.
And back to help Jackrabbit out.
Oh,
People going everywhere though.
which is why quite often the sideline seating is very much
Sit at your own risk.
sit at your own risk and not for children.
And a nice wide official lane to try and keep that distance back too.
Tenacious Tenacious G doing some incredible work in that tripod. 4 NeWs trying to force a cut on Faster Chief and picking it up. Being the inside person in that tripod at that stage, that was really nicely done by Tenacious G.
They're fairly new to full contact.
They are indeed. So they actually started at Diamond Valley and then moved to Westside them becoming a bounding skater, and as someone who has seen their journey through, I am so excited that they're out there playing. So Dolly is currently on a power jam, Fast Chief having the cut being paused earlier.
Master Chief back out of the bin.
Dolly having put up some points. And again, that the tripod having such beautiful position there, ensuring that they were in between their jammer and the Banshee blockers, or giving them the best chance to get points. We do have just over 1 minute remaining the game clock, the period clock. So this is potentially the final jam.
Mossy Rock's been called lead jammer. Fleabag not far behind though. Mossy Rocks with an apex jump there and calling off the jam.
Timeout being called by Banshees.
Oh, one more jam.
That was a very, very quick call for the timeout. And that is why earlier, when I said it was just over a minute remaining, potentially he does a lot of heavy lifting in this situation.
There's a lot of potential when it comes to that last 30 seconds and calling a team timeout, isn't it?
So for people who might not be overly aware of how the clocks work in roller derby, we have the period clock and we have the jam clock. If the two clocks are in alignment with each other in the last basically 30 seconds, it is very much likely that there will not be another jam unless a timeout is called.
That's due to our lineup time expiring before the period clock.
So you will see, especially in very tight games where, there's only a couple of points difference, you will see very, very quick, at like 1 second remaining, timeout get called. And it is very much a tactic that is very much within the rule set, but it's just very confusing for people who don't actually understand derby as to why would you, with 1 second remaining, call a timeout.
Because it gets you an extra jam, and that's fine.
It would be the difference between winning and losing. So, I mean, in this situation,
It's fun.
it's fine, but it's also, ooh, what has happened here? There's been a few.
I don't know. That ended very.
That ended very, very confusingly.
I didn't see the call off, so
it was very much. I don't know if the call off
didn't hear the whistles for a call off either.
Oh, kind of did, kind of didn't. Not sure. I mean, at this stage, it is a foregone conclusion that Banshees have won the game. But there is a bit of discussion happening as to what occurred.
We have all our Derby fans lining the track, ready to high five the teams as they have finished.
Yeah,
I don't think Bonnie knows what happened either.
a little bit of discussion. I haven't heard the rolling whistle, but I do believe it has happened because we have switched to the final score. So if it has happened, it is all good. And that will be Banshees taking the win 248 to NeWs 137. So, Ev-Osprey, it's the end of this game. What's your feelings in regards to commentating? Will I have you as a buddy again at some stage?
I reckon you could.
Excellent. Love to hear.
Thanks for having me.
As I said to you off mic earlier, I've loved having you here. You've jumped in, done a lot in your first commentating. So thank you so much. And for those of you at home watching, I will be going through into the next game, which, as you mentioned earlier, Evil Offspring, will be Geelong versus Ballarat. But for this game, we are going to say goodbye, and I'll be back for the start of that game. Thank you very much for joining us.
See ya.